Just hours after a temporary halt in hostilities was declared, multiple heavy freight planes originating from Beijing breached sovereign, restricted zones in the Middle East. This is not a distant logistical anomaly. The price of the fuel in your vehicle and the long-term stability of your national currency are directly tethered to the airspace they just deliberately violated. At this very moment, a parallel economic system is physically touching down, rendering Western embargoes completely obsolete. How does a rival superpower bypass a total military blockade without firing a single weapon? To understand the reality of Tehran's new supply chain, you must follow the data to the very end of this briefing. Here is what the mainstream media will not tell you. While politicians and diplomats endlessly debate the parameters of peace, raw logistics are actively rewriting the global map. 4 Chinese cargo aircraft landed in Iran despite a strict airspace closure. This was not a navigational error. It was a highly calculated demonstration of force and logistical supremacy. The airspace was completely locked down. Standard air traffic control services were suspended due to the conflict with Israel. Yet these massive transport planes entered the territory flawlessly. By utilizing alternative satellite networks, this emerging alliance effectively bypasses the crippling sanctions that have defined American foreign policy for decades. The cargo within these planes contains the specialized components necessary to sustain critical infrastructure, artificially shielding the local economy from the severe pressures of global financial markets. We have seen this exact architecture of evasion before. During the height of the Cold War, the Soviet Union utilized similar covert supply lines to prop up Allied regimes, completely circumventing Western naval and aerial blockades. Maximum pressure policies, like those heavily enforced by the Trump administration to completely isolate the regime, are being systematically dismantled. Russia and its eastern partners are applying this exact shadow playbook today. Consider the sheer scale of this operation. Are you aware that a single heavy transport aircraft can deliver over 100 tons of advanced technical equipment in a profound single flight? That is 400 tons of unsanctioned, vital infrastructure delivered while the world was deliberately distracted by a media-driven ceasefire announcement. It is a staggering volume of undeclared trade that instantly nullifies years of diplomatic leverage over global oil exports and regional security controls. The balance of power is no longer determined by who dictates the public terms of a treaty. It is determined by who actively controls the physical supply chains when the borders are supposed to be tightly closed. If a rival superpower can effortlessly penetrate a locked-down combat zone, what exactly remains of Western military deterrence? The geopolitical narrative you are being fed is dangerously incomplete. Head down to the comments and state whether you think this shadow logistics network will permanently break the current world order. Share this unclassified briefing with those who need to understand the new reality, and leave your strategic assessment below.